Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to do something pretty cool. We're going to take your writing to the next level by really digging into just one super powerful grammar concept. Let's jump right in.
You ever write something, read it back, and just feel like it's a little clunky? You know, a bunch of short, choppy sentences that just don't really connect? It's a super common thing, but trust me, the fix is probably easier than you think.
See, great writing isn't just about having great ideas. It's really about how you build your sentences to show off those ideas. And today, we're going to hand you the blueprints to grammar's most important building block.
And no, not that kind of clause. Or the kind with the pointy teeth. We are talking about the grammatical clause. Now, it might not look as exciting as a shark, but I promise you, it's the ultimate predator of weak, boring writing.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning with the basic materials. Here's what some writing looks like before we start building it into something better.
I bought a book. It was expensive. It explains grammar. I mean, sure, it gets the point across. Each idea is there. But it's not very elegant, is it? It feels disconnected, choppy.
So, here's our challenge. How do we link these ideas together? How do we show the relationship between the book, the price, and what it does, all in one smooth, flowing sentence? Well, that's exactly what we're here to figure out.
To start building, you gotta know your materials. And the two most fundamental pieces are phrases and clauses. They can look kinda similar, but one of them has a secret power the other one doesn't.
And here it is, the big difference. A phrase is just a group of words. It's missing either a subject or a verb. Think on the desk. But a clause has both a subject and a verb. The sun shines. It's basically a mini sentence all packed up.
Let's play a quick round. Under the street light. No real action, no verb. That's a phrase. How about while it is snowing? We've got a subject, it, and a verb, is snowing. Bam! That's a clause. See the pattern here? That subject-verb combo is the magic ingredient.
All right, so now that we know how to spot a clause, let's check out the two main blueprints for them. This is where the real construction work and the fun begins.
Okay, on one side you have the independent clause. Think of it like a solid brick house. It's a complete thought, it can stand all by itself. Mrs. Sharma makes wonderful dishes. Perfect. But on the other side, the dependent clause. It's more like a single wall. After we finish the assignment, it just leaves you hanging, right? It needs to be attached to that brick house to make any sense.
And here's a little pro tip for you. Dependent clauses often start with these signal words. Words like who, because, if, or while. When you see one of these at the start of a group of words, it's a huge clue that you're dealing with a dependent clause, a piece that needs to be attached to something bigger.
So, we've got our building blocks. We've got our blueprints. Now it's time to put on the hard hats and see this transformation happen. This is how we get from choppy to smooth.
Let's grab our raw materials again. We have two separate ideas here. The teacher retired last year and the teacher inspired me. Both are perfectly fine sentences on their own, but you can feel they belong together, can't you?
And boom, look at that. The teacher who inspired me retired last year. See what we did? We took that second idea, turned it into the dependent clause, who inspired me, and just tucked it right into the middle of the first sentence. It's smoother, it's more efficient, and it just sounds way more sophisticated.
But hold on, it gets even better. Because these dependent clauses aren't just for connecting things. They actually come in specialized models, like different tools in a toolkit, and each one adds a very specific kind of information.
First up, we've got the adjective clause. This is your precision tool. Its whole job is to describe a noun, to answer the question your reader is always asking in their head, which one, or what kind? This is so important because our brains love specifics.
Take a look. In "The book that I borrowed from the library is interesting," that clause tells us exactly which book we're talking about. It's not just some random book anymore, it's the one with a story. This is how you paint a clear picture for your reader.
Next in the toolkit is the adverb clause. Think of this as your context tool. Its job is to explain the circumstances. It answers all those reporter questions when, where, why, and how.
In this sentence, the clause, as he was feeling hungry, gives us the reason, the motivation. It's the difference between just stating a fact and telling a little story. You're showing cause and effect, and that makes your writing way more logical and compelling.
And finally, we have the noun clause. This one is a bit of a shapeshifter. It's really cool. It lets you take an entire idea
with its own subject and verb, and package it up so it can act like a single noun in your sentence.
Check this out. What she said surprised everyone. That whole chuck, what she said, is acting as the subject of the sentence. It's so much more compact than saying she said something, that thing surprised everyone. This is the kind of efficiency you see in really sharp writing.
And really, that's the whole secret. Once you understand these blocks and these tools, you've basically unlocked a new writing superpower. You can now build sentences with real intention and powerful clarity.
So just to recap the whole process, you start with your main idea, your independent clause. Then you add more detail with a supporting idea, a dependent clause. And then you get specific. Use those specialized clauses to answer those key questions. Which one? Why? Or what? At the end of the day, this is way more than a grammar lesson. It's a completely new way to think about how you put your ideas together and share them with the world. So the only question left is, what complex idea are you going to clarify first?